Hey, hey, hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. It's time for a letter from a fan. I'm going to read a correspondence from one of you and answer back in video, talking with my mouth. Now, this letter comes from Zach and it reads, "Hey Melon, I hope you're doing well. So I just recently watched the music videos for Spelling's The Turning Wheel and Lingua Ignota's Perpetual Flame of Centralia. And I scrolled through the comments of each video after. I naturally saw some comments from other viewers of yours saying how you brought them to that artist. However, I saw other comments from people that were agitated by the comments from your fan base saying they wished that the artist grew organically instead of getting a majority of views from Fantano fans. In my opinion, these fans should be grateful that they have an artist they love that is getting more eyes on them regardless of where those eyes are coming from. Just wondering what your thoughts were on all of this. Thanks." I do sort of sympathize with what these fans are saying in a way because it's unfortunate that we exist in an economic system where, not that what I do exists, but artists have to maybe depend on hype or some kind of like big media publishing push in order to get their music out there to live a sustainable life as a full-time musician. With that being said, if your paraphrase here is accurate, that these fans were hoping for something that was a bit more organic, as you've said here, what exactly would that organic thing be in 2021? I mean, these two artists particularly, prior to me reviewing them, actually the previous times I had reviewed them before these records, were both signed to labels. Is being signed to a label an organic way of blowing up and being exposed? I mean, these labels are also connected to PR entities that purposefully push the music of these artists out to be reviewed. Is it more or less organic for their music to be, blowing up on the internet? You're watching their stuff on YouTube. There's nothing absolutely organic at all about the way YouTube pushes music onto, users algorithmically. I don't know, comparatively, at least in my opinion anyway, the opinion of one person saying, "Hey, this is pretty good. I'm going to tell everybody I know this is good," is a bit more organic than those two things, even if that person is a person with a YouTube channel where he reviews music on a regular basis. Okay, maybe it's not that organic, but look, this hypothetical world where our favorite artists are blowing up 100% through word of mouth, even if that word of mouth is just done entirely through tweets and, TikToks. Look, the moment that you throw the internet into the equation, you throw social media into the equation, social media, which very much consciously and algorithmically chooses what things get, exposed to other people and what things don't. If our concern here is things, kind of progressing and growing and building up organically, a Fantano review isn't that far off to the left or top or bottom of the organic hierarchy than is, again, involvement from a label or some kind of internet algorithm. So that's part of it. The other part of it is, maybe some of the fans feel like they're kind of day ones, even though this isn't the first time I've reviewed either artist. That being said, I understand how a positive coverage can create an influx of interest, and as a result, maybe people who have been listening longer feel like they're a bit more entitled to this, kind of social space where the more dedicated, more long-term fans are kind of existing currently. Social spaces and community spaces online are very important, and obviously those dynamics can be thrown off when a lot of new people kind of enter into the fray very rapidly. With that being said, we can't just purely treat fan bases of anything, especially when it's, an independent artist who's trying to make a living. We can't just simply treat these spaces like they are something that we would like to be gatekeeping. There are insiders, there's outsiders, there are people who are welcome, there are people who aren't welcome. Because, I don't know, honestly, whether you're finding out about someone's music through one of my reviews or through some other means, if through that you end up being passionate about their stuff, you care about it, you're willing to support it, you have gained some kind of understanding of it, and you're, listening to it and paying attention to it somewhat thoroughly, I don't know, I think that's just barrier to entry to being a fan and caring about what that artist does right there. And frankly, anything that would hamper that very low barrier to entry is just gatekeeping, in my opinion. While it may be a different scenario with different implications, how many steps away are we from, like, you know, questioning people on the street who wear a band shirt like, what are 3 of their songs? Did you find out about the lingua ignota through the Fantano review, through a Bandcamp suggestion, or through the goth that you have a crush on Twitter retweeting it? Tell me now. This kind of pissing contest, you know, this purity test, this authenticity test has been something that's existed in independent and underground and left field music for a long time. Just because we live in the internet age, it's not going to change. It's still going to be there. But once more, I get it. We don't want to see our favorite artists and music scenes corrupted by capitalism and chasing money and toxic fans and so on and so forth. But with that in consideration, I will say this. Even though I have greatly supported the latest releases from Spelling and Lingua Ignota, I am by no means in control of anything that these 2 artists do into the future, conceptually and artistically. And as far as my fans being involved or, you know, existing in any communities or discussion around the music of either artist, behave yourselves. Be nice, be kind, be courteous, and understand that there may have been some people here before you, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with being earlier or later to something, as long as, you know, you're supporting and caring about it. So yeah, I think that's everything I have to say on this. Elitism is not cool. Gatekeeping, it's not cool. Sorry, I don't vibe with it. And on top of that, you know, organic spread of an artist's work to the point where it becomes totally full-time, and organic meaning it's just all people powered, no platform, no algorithm, no anything like that out there helping it along. It's kind of a pipe dream. Hey, hit me back with a response, a counterpoint, whatever you feel like in the comments over here next to my head. It's another video you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, music, moi, forever.